The final night of the Eastern Storm. Set to go to green, race fans. It's time to sit back, relax, and enjoy 40 trips around Action Track USA, because race fans, this is what you saved your lunch money for. Your field to the green. Fire him off to the back straightaway. It will be the MPP Express for 57 jumping out to the early advantage. Round the top side of turn number one, it's going to be Seavey leading Swanson, running that second spot. Ooh, Swanson like a 900 horsepower pogo stick through turns 1 and 2. Gathers it back up. We stay under green flag. Never mind. Caution light's going to come on. Charles Davis Jr. sitting the wrong way in a one-way street to the bottom side of turns 1 and 2. That'll draw the caution lights on around the Action Track USA. One lap officially completed. Seavey leading Swanson. Probably glad to see that one. That car got into a violent hop over in turns 1 and 2. He was able to keep it underneath him. Briggs Danner sitting in that third spot. Brady Bacon running in fourth. Kyle Cummins in fifth. Dason Persley in sixth. Ricky Lewis in seventh. Justin Grant, Mitchell Moles, and Kevin Thomas Jr. your top 10 with one lap in and 39 to go. Field set to go back to green. Seavey in command of this one in 57. Past the NOS Energy Star can we go once again. Ooh, we've got him stacked up with a restart. Look out. Caution light's going to have to come on. We've got them wadded up at the back of the field as they were coming around for the green. I believe that's Perigo. In Logan Seavey, last trip to Victory Lane, coming to Big Diamond. That was on the 13th. Trying to add one more to the total here as they make their way up at turn number 4, back to green. Theo going to dash onto the back straightaway. Seavey in command, battle for the second spot. Briggs Danner with a slide up across turn number 4. Takes it away from Jake Swanson. Swanson back to third. Brady Bacon going to run to the 4th spot. Battle for 5th. Now going to turn into a battle for 4th. As you have Kyle Cummins in that mix. You got the 21AZ of Dason Persley there as well. Both drivers going to set sights on the Macho Man here as they work into turns 1 and 2. The 3 down to the bottom. Bacon on the outside with momentum, going to keep him at bay as Seavey continues to show the way in this one. Danner running in second. Then it's going to be Swanson. Then Bacon. Cummins still your top 5. Still looking to the outside, but not able to get the run on Bacon now. Oh, look out into the left rear of the 69. Caution lights going to come on. And Tom Harris coming to a stop at the bottom, exiting turn number 2. So set to go back to green. Single file past the NOS Energy start can. Seavey snakes him up to the high side. We go back to green. Field off and running. And are going to chase onto the front straightaway here. Keep an eye on the 5 for the 3rd spot. Kyle Cummins in Victory Lane here 1 year ago, trying to make it back. Currently rides at 4th, going after Jake Swanson. Danner going to go after your race leader. Still not able to get there. Had the run into 3, was able to carry it around the exit turn number 4. Operates about a half a car width lower through the 1st and 2nd turn. Seavey up on the high side, humming right now as he comes around to click off lap number 7. It'll be Seavey, Danner, Swanson, Cummins, Persley. That's your top 5. And it's going to be Grant, Lewis, Moles, Thomas, Ballou, still your top 10. Things will get interesting here once they get to traffic, as problems with the 33M. Westfall. Remember, he had to go down to the work area earlier. Now his night going to come to a close. He is down in the infield. Seavey starting to get a little bit of breathing room here. 0.693 seconds. Not even quite a half a straightaway as your top 2 actually on a breakaway. Oh, look out, contact. We got one coming to a stop over turn number 4. Davis was involved in that. Harris with a flat right rear tire in the 84. And that's the 39. Frack coming to a stop. Set to go back to green. 9 laps in, we got 31 to go. Seavey brings it back to life in 57. Dason Persick going to try the bottom of the restart. Looks for the 4th spot on the Avanti windows and doors number 3. Now he's going to try to get a 2-for-1 deal off at turn number 4. Can't get there. At the line, though, he is going to have the 4th position. Cummins back to 5th. Persley hustling the inside here as they work onto the back straightaway. Able to take the spot away. Now Cummins going to come back after him. They'll swap lines into turns 3 and 4. Now throw the 4. Justin Grant in that mix. Grant making it a 3-car battle for the 4th spot. Here comes a challenge for the lead. Briggs Danner to the inside with a slide on the 57. Has to wait on the car, and it's going to be Seavey back to the top spot. Logan Seavey back to the lead. Briggs Danner coming back after him. Hop around to the back straightaway. Top to bottom, bottom to top. They slip and slide each other on this one. On the outside, trying to get a run. Danner once again into turns 1 and 2. Seavey able to throw the block up across the racetrack. The MPV Express number 57 holds on to it as they work into turns 3 and 4. Danner going to try to reload, recharge, or refire here as they work around to the front straightaway. Can't get it done. Now Seavey going to get a little bit of breathing room. Half a second that time. Danner, boy, up onto the wall. Launches her onto the back straightaway. Jake Swanson trying to come into that mix now, making a 3-car fight at the front of the field. It's going to be Seavey. Then it's going to be Danner. Then it's going to be the 2B right there. Here comes the 21 AZ down to the inside. Slides off of the 3rd spot. Here comes Jason Persley. He's got it to the back straightaway. Works by Swanson. Justin Grant, meanwhile, up into the top 5 of the 4 machine. Driver working down to the bottom now is going to be Moles. Mitchell Moles in the 19, currently being shown in 7th. Goes after Kyle Cummins for 6th and the 4, Justin Grant for 5th. Not able to get there. Back of the field starting to come into view here as they bounce her off of the cushion. Exiting turn number 4. It continues to be the 57 Logan Seavey with the advantage right now. Briggs Danner still right there on his back bumper as they work into turns 3 and 4. Up to the high side, flying this time around to the front straightaway. The MPV Express number 57 over the number 39 of Briggs Danner. Jason Persley quietly starting to reel them in. He's able to work the bottom. He's able to work the top. Question is, when he gets there, can he capitalize on it? Swanson, Grant, Moles, Cummins, Lewis. Oh, we've got one upside down. Red light's going to come on. That's Lewis at 41. Boy, Ricky Lewis with a vicious ride over turns 1 and 2. He is up and out of the car, walking away. So Ricky Lewis upside down, draws the red light on. We got 21 laps to go, and it has been a dogfight at the front of this one. Caution lights are down and problems for Davis. That 47 going to get the quick push up across the racetrack. Off of turn number 4. Back to green. Here comes Persley looking to the inside of the 2nd spot. Danner going to try to mount a charge into turns 3 and 4. Couldn't get to the back bumper of the 57 quick enough. They're going to come around this time to the cross flags. 20 in, 20 to go. Logan Seavey in command. Briggs Danner still stalking Persley. Now here comes Justin Grant to the inside the 4. Cross the nose of the 21 as he bounced her off of the wall. Persley trying to knock the wall down over turns 3 and 4. That cost him 2 spots. The 19 of Mitchell Moles able to make his way by as well. Bottom side of 3 and 4. You see a lot of the field going down there. Top side of turns 1 and 2. Everybody moving all over this 2/10 mile oval here as they work off a turn number 4. Leaders still humming the high side as they are swapping lines at both ends all throughout the field. Last time, bulk of the field down to the bottom. This time, bulk of the high side. They are using all 3 lines through turns 1 and 2 as it continues to be Seavey. Pounding the cushion around to the front straightaway. Justin Grant leading that next charge. He rides in the 3rd spot as Persley trying to get back a spot he lost a couple laps ago. Moles holds on to the 19 in the 4th spot. Trying to work down to the inside to find some grip to get a run on the 4, Justin Grant. Meanwhile, at the front of this one, Briggs Danner going to go ahead and mount the charge to the inside. Going to try for the race lead once again. Off of the wall at the line. It's going to be Danner officially showing the way. Seavey down to the bottom, hard to the throttle onto the back straightaway. Danner going to be into the punch this time into turns 3 and 4. Seavey got to throw the slide through turns 3 and 4 for the race lead. Danner trying to work back to his inside. Denied. Seavey back to the top spot. Logan Seavey back into the race lead. Danner not giving up. Onto his back bumper as they work into turns 3 and 4. Where does he ride? He goes to the high side. Seavey going to enter the middle. Cheats it up to the cushion off of turn number 4. Danner hard on the throttle as they come up on slower traffic for the first time in this one. 15 going to go a lap down to the back straightaway. Seavey streaking by the 39, trying to keep him honest here as they work around to the front straightaway. Oh, Danner off of the wall. Briggs Danner, contact with the wall. That's going to break his momentum, and that's going to allow Seavey some breathing room. 7/10 of a second last time at the start-finish line. Slower cars round the bottom, going to work on the 84. Tom Harris, they'll put him a lap down. Justin Grant a distant 3rd right now. By distant, I mean a straightaway, and by straightaway, that's not very far in this one. He's got the 19 coming up on him here as again trying to get back up through the field. Here comes Moles. Look out, we got problems in the front straightaway. 18 able to clear down into the infield off of the racetrack. We continue green in this one. Moles continuing to go after Justin Grant. Danner recharging and trying to refire here at the front. Comes up on the 57 once again. Peaks to the inside. Slower car. Going to block the charge. This time into turns 3 and 4. Leaders having to go all the way up to the high side of the speedway as they'll work on the 24 to put him a lap down as they work into turns 1 and 2. Danner right there. In fact, had to roll out of the throttle as he had a massive run right through the middle of turns 1 and 2. Peak to the inside of the 57 to Seavey. Was able to get there, though, as they come around this time. They will click off lap number 34. 6 laps remain. And Briggs Danner Down to the inside through turn number 3. Off of turn number 4, the drag race. Seavey going to answer the call and retakes it. Seavey back into the race lead now, going to cheat it down to the bottom, blocks the charge of the 39, tries to kill that momentum, and Danner still right there. High speed chest at the front of this one. And Seavey trying to throw the checkmate on him. As they work onto the back straightaway with less than 4 to go. It'll be 3 to go this time, but Briggs Danner wants it. He's going to have to come and get it. Starts to get it wound back up once again as they work into turns 1 and 2. Seavey right to the middle. Danner up on the cushion. Seavey finding a good run to the back straightaway through the middle. Went down to the bottom and found some grip. Danner back up at the wall through turns 3 and 4. We've got 2 to go. White flag coming next time. Briggs Danner. Does he have it? To try to get a run on the 57. White flag in the air. Seavey leads him one more time. Onto the back straightaway. If Danner wants it, he's going to have to try it and try it now through turns 3 and 4. Checkered flag is going to fly in this one. Drag race down to the finish at the line. It's going to be Logan Seavey by .043. Can you believe it? He holds on to it. Danner in second, Moles in third, Grant, Pursley, Cummins, Swanson, Thomas, Ballou, Amantia, your top 10 here tonight. He gave it one heck of a run, but he comes up .043 shy at the line. And for the 11th time overall this season, he's going to victory lane out of Sutter, California. The MPV Express, Abacus Racing, Indy Custom Cells, Stanton DRC, High Performance Lubricants, number 57 race fans. Give him a hand. Logan Seavey, your winner. Up close and personal in victory lane. Let him hear it. Logan Seavey, your winner. The fire, the confetti, and all the glory. As it has been a kangaroo week for the driver of the number 57. All the hugs, all the kisses, and he's going to catch up with Christy down to victory lane.
I'm just glad Soup made it to victory lane. Logan Seavey going to pick up yet another win on this Eastern Storm swing to bring it home and send us back west, as tonight is the finale of Eastern Storm. And Logan, it has been such a roller coaster of a week. Every time things went down, they came right back up. What kept you going?
Just knowing that this car's good enough to win, and knowing that everyone's doing their job, and things just sometimes don't go your way, and you just got to kind of keep your head up and keep coming back at it. And man, qualified well all week, and got ourselves in position a lot, and was able to start front a lot, which certainly helps. So these guys did a great job. I actually kind of held them back a little bit, held the reins back a little bit, and it bit me a little bit. Briggs was a bit faster, I feel like, most of the race, and there was a few laps there in the center where I felt really good, but for the most part, I could hear him right there, for most of the race, and I was just doing everything I could to hold him behind me, and he threw a lot of sliders at me, but luckily that cushion off the floor was treacherous.
Briggs Danner, and you had an absolute barn burner every single corner of that race for what felt like on your heels nearly the entire time. And as things came down to the winding laps, we never really did get into some heavy lap traffic. Were you hoping to be able to use that to kind of separate yourself from him? Yeah,
a little bit. You never really know how it's going to play out. You could get there and hit a wall, or you could get there and cut through a bunch really quick and put some gap between you. So when I felt like the guy behind me was a little bit better, I much rather would have got to some traffic and tried to, get them racing. And I, seen Justin was in third, so I knew they'd all be racing really hard behind me. But yeah, that was everything I had to keep Briggs back there. I was using all the tools inside the cockpit to make myself better, and just kept trying to tell myself to keep driving harder. I feel like, the harder I run, the more grip I make. And there at the end, I started to struggle there, and I could hear him, and I heard him up on the fence into 3. And as good as I was crossing him over, I knew I was in trouble if I didn't really get up and hit the wall really good to get a run down the front stretch. So, yeah, it's just a tricky race. I feel like I said, I held my guys back from giving me a better car, and last year certainly deterred me a little bit with how fast this place was and how good it was. So, just can't say enough about my guys, my team, all of our partners to make this thing go fast, and just really, really cool to be driving this thing.
Logan Seavey bags 2 wins during Eastern Storm to round out this finale here at the Action Track USA. He's your AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car point leader. And your Eastern Storm titleist, Mitchell Moles, was third on your podium tonight. He put together a nearly perfect week and took home some extra money. Eastern Storm, always a time of year that can be particularly tricky for teams. When you came into this week, did you have any idea what it was going to hold for you?
Yeah, we've been kind of struggling getting into this week, actually, and we kind of rallied together. made sure our stuff was right before we came out here, and it worked out. I think we've run top 5 every night, other than breaking a mag box while running 5th at Grandview. So these guys have done a hell of a job, and I can't thank Andy and Tammy and Todd and James, my whole crew, Paul. It's a group effort.
There were a lot of really incredible runs for you, like you said, a ton of podium finishes during this Eastern Storm. What were some of the highlights for you?
Yeah, I mean, no one wants to run second. I mean, but it's when you're running second to like Seavey and you're running second to Danner, who's probably the best, one of the best cars in general out here, and if not the best. So he's been up front every night too, and it sucks for Brady. I think he had mechanical issues, and I think he was going to lock it up if he just finished there. So, but we'll take him as we can get him, and like I said, I can't thank Andy and AME Electrical, Stanton Engines, FK Shocks, Spike Chassis, Kaiser Wheels, Willwood Brakes, everybody that helps out in this thing. It's a huge group effort, and I'm glad to be here.
It started with a win back at Tri-State Speedway. Now we have a lot of racing left to do this summer. How much momentum does this give you going forward?
I just can't wait to get back to Hobstadt.
Mitchell Moles, your Eastern Storm titleist for 2024, as he's on your podium 3rd tonight at Action Track USA, and Briggs Danner, who has arguably more laps at this racetrack than anybody, and it shows, coming home 2nd to Logan Seavey in that one, and all the effort, all the slide jobs. We talk about it a lot, and we talked about it during your victory at Grandview, how much your experience pays off being out here for Eastern Storm. Was today particularly true for that?
Yeah, I think so. You know, I feel a lot more comfortable here than a lot of these other guys, but Logan ran a hell of a race. I mean, if that wasn't a good race, I don't know what was. I really thought I had it. Just every time I kept getting a good run off before I get to him and then mess up and I lose it all. And, you know, just great track by everybody. Big thanks to Doug and Rich, everybody that puts this on for USAC for giving it a shot. I mean, I think this is one of the best tracks that there is. So racing was great. Got to thank all my guys, Tim and Fran, Travis and Tyler, everybody that pitches in on the side of the car, Apache Transport, Boulevard Truck Repair, E. Schneider and Sons Recycling, Concrete Cutting Systems, DRC, FK Shocks, Ryder Racing Engines, everybody that, you know, makes this possible. It was a lot of fun.
You picked up your first AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car victory during night number 1 of Eastern Storm at Grandview, and then had so many close runs multiple times after that, and just some different mishaps that kept you from it. And tonight, was this what you've been waiting for all week, this kind of race, to be able to throw slide jobs like that with Logan Seavey?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've been looking forward to this race for a while. You know, even last year we didn't do very well, and it was kind of disappointing. So to come back and have a run like that was awesome. The week started off great, needless to say, and just sucks. We were always right there, just kept getting bad luck, and I made a mistake last night. You know, I gave that one away, but it's tough. They say the first one's the hardest, but I think I had a harder time getting the second one this week. So, yeah, big shout out to everybody that makes it possible, and I can't thank them enough.
What a week for Briggs Danner during Eastern Storm. He's 2nd on your podium tonight. Mitchell Moles 3rd. He's your Eastern Storm titleist. Logan Seavey, your winner of this finale of Eastern Storm. We're going to talk to our hard charger, our Irving King hard charger, Joey Amantia, 20th to 10th. And Joey, that was kind of the storybook all night, was how tricky it was going to be to pass on this racetrack. Seems like you had no problem.
Absolutely. I mean, Action Track definitely puts on a great show for the fans. And, you know, at one point I was passing cars on the top, then the bottom, then the middle. So the track really changed a lot from the beginning to the end. And, you know, just happy to get our JPA Masonry 88J to the front, because it's been a really rough couple days, especially with all of yesterday's parts failures. So just glad to be in the top 10 and excited for Wisconsin.
A handful of Irving King hard chargers for Joey Amantia this week, 20th to 10th on Action Track USA.